PD Party, welcome to Madden 21. We are finally here. We are going to select our franchise team. Of course, we know that is going to be the Jacksonville Jaguars. Looking at our overalls, we're 78 overall, 79 for offense overall, 77 for defense overall. Shad Khan in our universe has fired not only our general manager but also our coach Doug Marrone, instead hiring his son, owner of AEW, Tony Khan. We've got Tony Khan uploaded. We've got him in his new outfit. I think we'll keep the same offensive playbook and defensive playbook since there's not really any custom playbooks, and he's taking over pretty late in the season, so Tony Khan's going to take over Doug Marrone's playbook. They'll make the players learn an all-new system a month before the season. Going to start an all-pro, like I said. If we win 2 games, we'll go to all-Madden. If we lose 2 games in a row, we will go back down to all-pro. Do 7-minute quarters, like we said. I'll let Shad Khan be the owner. That's fine. We're good just being the coach and general manager. I don't really need to relocate or rebuild the stadium or set prices. We are here. Tony Khan has taken over as not only the head coach of the Jacksonville Jaguars, but he is also the general manager. His father, Shad Khan, the owner of the Jacksonville Jaguars, has put him in total control as a general manager and the coach, and he promises that his son, Tony, owner of the wrestling company AEW, will shake things up. And we'll see how he shook up the offense right here to start before our first preseason game. And we'll show you what moves he's making before we face the Panthers in the first time on the field. So, we have Gardner Minshew at quarterback. Josh Dobbs is our second quarterback. Who Tony Khan added, though, was Cole McDonald, the Hawaii quarterback. He had those awesome blonde dreadlocks. He will come in. He's part of a high-powered passing offense. I love to pass a lot. He has a lot of experience doing it. Tennessee Titans cut him. Their loss, our gain. So he'll compete with our 6th-round pick, Jake Luton. Whoever loses will be our practice squad quarterback. But Mike Glennon, he's already losing out to Jake Luton. We don't need him on a team. He shouldn't be on any roster, especially if Colin Kaepernick's on a team. Mike Glennon shouldn't be on a team. He's already losing out to Jake Luton. I'd rather have 2 players who have potential to make the practice squad, where Mike Glennon is practice squad ineligible. And we only have him for a 1-year deal. So to shake things up, we are cutting the fat. We are cleaning the swamp. We are cutting Mike Glennon. Good luck, Mike. Don't worry, he's had huge contracts from the Buccaneers and the Bears. He's doing fine on money. So here's our quarterback room. We have Cole McDonald, Jake Luton, who will definitely compete with Josh Dobbs for that backup quarterback spot. One will make the team. One will be the practice squad quarterback. At running back, we didn't sign anybody, but we made one big shift. We moved our 2nd-round pick, Laviska Shenault, to running back. He improved by about 6 points. He was a 72 before. Now he is 79, so actually 7 points. So we're actually going to try to have him at slot wide receiver too, since he is a hidden development trait. Athlete, we want to make sure he can get on the field as much as possible. He's an explosive athlete. We want him also at running back. With Leonard Fournette's last year, he might be our starter next year. I know fast running backs, speed kills on Madden, so we want to see if he can even just take the starting spot from Leonard Fournette. But we're going to have him slotted at running back for that stat boost, as well as have him at least to start the preseason at our slot wide receiver. So he's going to be a utility player like a Cordero Patterson. We also have Chris Thompson, Raquel Armstead, and Divine Azebo probably is our practice squad running back. And I'm super excited about this. The AEW, the Wrestling Connection. We got Bronson Rex Steiner, the son of one of the Steiner brothers, Rick Steiner, that legendary 80s tag team. Not only does he have the Wrestling Connection, but he's a practice squad player, so we don't lose any of our 10 transactions for free agent pickups. And he's a 69 overall, which is really great for a rookie. He was an undrafted free agent. We got him on our team. The Ravens cut him. Again, their loss, our gain. And we got another Wrestling Connection. I'm sure he'll do a great job tearing it up on the field and show that aggression that the Steiner family is known for. At wide receiver, kept things pretty much the same. Was very tempted of moving Colin Johnson over to tight end with his 6'6" frame, 220-pound body. We might do that before the end of the season. He does go up a couple stats to 69, so we might see him move to tight end before the end of the preseason. But we did sign Greg Dortch. He's 5'7". He's our Marco Stunt, short guy with a lot of heart. He could be a great slot. We just need some depth for the preseason. Might not make the roster, but he'll be an interesting player to check out. I played with him before, and again, he's our Mighty Mouse. At tight end, who I did sign and move over from wide receiver, would be Sammy Cobb. He had a huge season in the XFL this last year. Now he's trying to make his NFL comeback. We moved him over from wide receiver to tight end. He moved up 3 stat points. 6'4", 220. He might be probably a little weak at blocking, but he's definitely better than our other options. I was really disappointed Josh Oliver was injured. Sadly, we do not have him for this year because he was going to be a great breakout season, especially competing with James O'Shaughnessy. But we do have Sammy Cobbs or Simmy Cobbs. Sammy Cobbs is, I think, another player. So we'll see how he does. Then we have a couple of low-rated rookies. And right now, I'm just going to cut Matt Orzech. He is a long snapper. We don't need him. Again, draining some of the swamp. Nothing against you, but long snappers don't really matter in Madden, and he's only 25 overall. Get him out of here. But we'll keep the other 2 tight ends for now. Maybe one of them will make the practice squad. Probably one of them will. Just to see, maybe even Simmy Cobbs will make the practice squad too. At left tackle, we still have Cam Robinson starting. And we have 2 other backups, Shantley and McGinn, who are just be backups. I doubt McGinn will make the roster, but Shantley will probably be the backup. At left guard, we have Andrew Norwell. I was wrong that he is the best lineman on the Jaguars. Past video comments said that our center, Brandon Leonard, is the best, which he is. And I did also think that Norwell was going to have superstar stat or superstar player development. Sadly, he does not. But he's still a great lineman. And I also signed to give him some depth, Donnell Green. I know I said last time in our last video that he was on the roster. Well, when I reviewed the roster, he was actually on the roster at that point. He did get cut in real life, but because of that Minnesota Gopher connection, favorite college team, I actually used to work for them. I'm bringing him back as a depth player. He might not make the team. He might not make the practice squad, but heck, I'm going to give it a go for a shot. And at center, pretty much the same. Brandon Leonard, he will be one of our captains. And the pickup I did make for Cole Madison. Packers are my favorite team, and Cole Madison was a former Packer. He gave snaps to Aaron Rodgers. That has to count for something. Maybe he can help Gardner Minshew develop. Probably won't even make the team, but it's an interesting depth piece we had for the preseason. May give some of our quarterbacks some insights from Aaron Rodgers. We shall see. And at right guard, one of the big signings, I used one of our 10 signings because we were rocking with A.J. Cann before, 71. We just upgraded 10 points to Ron Leary, a former Denver Bronco. He actually tried out for the Browns today or yesterday, and he left. So we all know Tony Khan is great at signing big-name free agents. He was able to get FTR, the great tag team, over to AEW. He was able to get Chris Jericho to sign with AEW. So he's no stranger being able to sign big-time free agents. Ron Leary's going to be huge for us. It really helps round out our center of our line, having Brandon Leonard at center, Norwell at left guard. I think it's going to be a huge upgrade, literally a 10-point upgrade. So that will be big for us and will be the key part of our line, especially running a lot of halfback dives with Leonard Fournette. And we also have Juan Taylor, the second-round pick from last year. Hopefully he can develop. And we also signed Marquez Tucker, another XFL standout from last year, or earlier this year. He played in the XFL already. He's a rookie. He's an undrafted free agent, but he adds some depth and actually beats out one of our players who was originally on the team. So Tony Khan adding some values with those undrafted free agents, those practice squad eligible players. Again, we can sign as many of those as possible. Now we are on to our defense, starting out with one of our only superstars on our team, Josh Allen, former first-round pick from last year, totally killed it. That's why he earned the superstar development trait. He'll be a huge part of our line. I'll definitely be using him a lot. I love using defensive ends, put pressure on the quarterback, stop the run. So I'm very excited to see Josh Allen this year. Hopefully he can step up and get an X factor. Moved around the defensive line. We had a bunch of defensive tackles. I moved Carl Davis. Probably won't make the team. At defensive end, we have Yannick Njoku, which again, probably mispronounced that, but with Tony Khan being not only the head coach, but also being the general manager, what do we do with Yannick? They had a Twitter beef over the summer, and it looks like Yannick wants to no longer be a Jacksonville Jaguar. He is a star, 83 overall, 25 years old. He only has 1 year left on his contract since he was franchise tagged. I put him on the trade block. Let's keep him 1 week. We're going to force him to play because Tony Khan, even though they do have a feud going on, he has that persuasion. So he's going to have Yannick play this preseason game. We'll see what offers we get next week. We're hoping that if he plays well, get some better offers, and we'll also react to real life. If the Jacksonville Jaguars trade him in real life, we might follow that same trade. I also moved Adam Gotis to defensive end instead of D-tackle, so he'll definitely be our backup. So it should be interesting to see that situation with Yannick. At D-tackle, the guy we just got on the Jaguars, Tim Jerrigan. Now he'll be our starting defensive tackle. We no longer have Bryant on our team. He retired. So Tim Jerrigan will be a good replacement. We also still have Al Woods and Taven Bryan. So I think we're pretty set at D-tackle for our D-line. Just the uncertainty with Yannick and if we're going to trade him or what's the situation going to be like that. We also moved Kayvon Chaisson to outside linebacker. We were pretty weak at left outside linebacker, and he was behind Yannick. So I want to have him start. He was a first-round draft pick. He might have only have a normal dev trait, but I want to see how he can develop as a starter. That was one of the positions at left outside linebacker that I debated on maybe picking someone up. Maybe someone like Clay Matthews, since he does have an experience being in a wrestling ring. He actually helped out, I believe it was Edge, after he won the Super Bowl. He came on SmackDown and helped out, and we're all about those wrestling connections. So if you guys want me to sign Clay Matthews with one of our 10 spots, we already used one at offensive line. But if you want Clay Matthews to be on the team, let me know. But I think it might be a waste until we see what Chaisson can do in this first preseason game. We also moved Dwayne Smoot from defensive end over to outside linebacker. At middle linebacker, we have Joe Schobert. We moved Leon Jacobs from outside to inside linebacker. And we have Shaquille Quarterman, who I'm super excited about, out of Miami. And we have Miles Jack. And again, no Telvin Smith on this game. He's not even in the game. So looks like we're going to have to play without him. I thought we might have him, but looks like with Jaguars are without him. So Miles Jack will step up, and hopefully Chaisson can step up too at outside linebacker. So Quincy Williams will not be starting like we once thought in our past video. At cornerback, we have DJ Hayden, CJ Henderson, who's got a development trait. He's got a hidden development trait, sneak peek, or maybe spoiler. If you don't want to hear it, spoiler. He's going to be a superstar. So look, that Jalen Ramsey trade looks a little bit better. So we definitely need to get him on the field as much as possible. Maybe might even make him slot cornerback. But we've got an all-right cornerback room here. I was debating on adding Logan Ryan. He's about 10 points better than DJ Hayden. He was the one to pick off Tom Brady to end his last pass as a Patriot to be a pick six. So it'd be kind of great to have him on the team. He's a current free agent in real life too. But instead, I only wanted to pick one person from offense, one person from defense. Again, Tony Khan is trying to shake things up. So who we're taking for our one-player addition from free agent. So we've done two, so we have 8 left. And that is recently released Earl Thomas. Earl Thomas, a superstar. He's going to be our 4th superstar added to our team. So Earl Thomas just got released by the Ravens this week. He punched his teammate, not an offensive player, but another safety. So that aggression, you know what? We don't like you punching our teammates, but we understand people get angry. Tony Khan understands that. He's in the wrestling business, so we want someone with that aggression. We want someone with that attitude. Earl Thomas has a lot of attitude. He used to be a Legion of Boom member. Hopefully he can bring some of that experience, some of that intensity to our defense. One of our weakest spots are at safety, and he definitely surpasses Gerard Wilson by even over 10 points, 10 stats. So we're definitely excited to have Earl Thomas a part of the team now as one of our 2 additions to kick off the season. And then we also have Ronnie Harrison. We do have to cut 2 people on the team. I'm going to cut Andrew Wingard. He's a safety, been in the league for 1 year. Nothing too special. Sorry, but you were cut from the team. We have to cut 1 more person. And I was going to cut Luke Barku. I'm not going to cut Chris Claybrooks yet since he is our top returnman. But the reason why I'm not cutting Luke Barku, actually on our last video, Sheldon Walker commented and said some nice things about him. So I'll trust Sheldon. I'll trust your word. You know a lot more about the Jags than I do. So we will cut Brandon Watson, 1-year pro out of Michigan. Good luck, Brandon, in your future endeavors. But let's try our training here. Medium pass, shallow cross, and run defense inside run. So it looks like the 2 big threats. Christian McCaffrey, of course, and Quan Short is pretty good. So I'm agreeing with all these picks. Let's get these rookies some playing time. Let's develop them. Both of these guys, LaVisca and CJ Henderson, have hidden dev traits. Chason does not, but we're going to develop them as much as possible since we have a rookie starting. So let's do training camp. See what players we can upgrade. Wow, quite a bit. Taven Bryan's got an upgrade. Let's keep it the scheme fit. Let's keep him a power rusher here. Moving up the depth chart maybe here during the preseason. He's got a lot of potential, only 24 years old. RB Jones, old man RB. We'll make him a power rusher too. We'll move him up the depth chart. The veteran team leader, 73 now. Doesn't want to be passed up by Tavon, or passed up by any more. Cassius Marsh. Let's he's gonna be, I think, a backup defensive end this year. So let's get his overall up a little bit. 71's pretty low. I know run stop is his scheme fit for us, but I love power rushing. Let's keep on the power rushing trend. Got 3 of them. Terry Godwin, the second. See if he can make the team. Let's give him the best advantage yet. Let's keep him up at slot. Moving him up, giving him 67 overall, give him a better chance of making the team, making the squad, or maybe even the practice squad. And DJ Chark, our number 1 wide receiver, getting better. Let's do route running. Let's be a little more strategic here. It's a scheme fit. Perfect. Up to 82. And that'll do it. Next episode, we will play the Panthers at Bank of America Stadium, going against Christian McCaffrey, Teddy Bridgewater's first game with the Panthers. We'll see how we kick off the season, see if we need to cut anybody, make some moves, see what our weaknesses, our strengths are going into the season. If you haven't yet, subscribe to my video, please. Subscribe to the series. Let me know if you want me to pick up anybody, if you want me to drop anybody. This is your series as much as ours.